Hey YouTube family, it's Sarah, Less of Sarah. I have been promising a video on this topic for a little while, so I wanted to do that tonight. The topic is eating out, going to restaurants, going to people's houses even. What do you do? What are your strategies when you go out to eat, and how do you deal with being a bariatric patient and having to eat out? Most people do have circumstances where they don't have a choice, even things like being on vacation. And so I wanted to share a little bit about what I've done in the past and what I do now at 9 months, and talk specifically about a few different types of restaurants. I had actually thought about making this video when I was in Atlantic City, and then I believe it was that week or the next week on Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, that was actually the question of the week that everyone had answered. All their vloggers answered a question basically about eating out. So yeah, I thought I would do that video today. It's funny, I actually went out for dinner last night, and I look like this. The faux hawk is back, and I have lots of makeup on because I'm actually going out tonight as well, and we'll be eating dinner out tonight as well. So I guess it's topical for right now. I think obviously the most challenging aspect when you're first post-op about eating out is that you really can't eat anything. I remember going out for dinner for my birthday, which was literally 2 weeks after I had my VSG surgery, and I think I had baked potato soup, which was delicious, but I think I ate maybe half of the bowl, and that was it. Couldn't fit it anymore, didn't want to fit it anymore, felt really self-conscious about it. As time goes on, that sort of goes away, and you learn, at certain types of restaurants, what to order. I will just sort of talk about what I do now as far as preparing myself. If I'm in a situation where I know that I'm going to be going out for dinner, I try and figure out beforehand where we're going to go, and then I go online and I check out their menu. There are times when that doesn't work, when you can't find a menu online or what have you, but these days most places will have their menus online somewhere, whether it's on their own website or through a menu website. So often you can check out the menu and see what's available. And so that's normally what I do. I normally go online, I check out the menu, and I figure out what I'm going to eat ahead of time. Or at least I give myself maybe 2 or even 3 choices. I don't want to be that regimented that I, get there and think, oh, I don't really want chicken tonight, but I said I was going to eat chicken. So as an example, last night when we went out, we went to a English style pub, and I had looked up their menu. I saw that they had lobster and crab cakes, and seafood is always a good choice for me. And that was on their appetizer menu, so I know I don't have to deal with ordering, stuff being on the side that I'm not going to eat. And they also had a lamb burger, which sounded really good. So I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll have the lamb burger without the bun and just get a side salad, or I'll do the lobster and crab cakes. So those were my 2 choices. And I did end up choosing the lobster and crab cakes, which are good. It came with 3 sort of small crab cakes, and I think I ate 2. And that was it. I had a couple bites of my hubby's soup, and I had 1 bite of cheesecake after dinner, which was, I think, the first time I've had cheesecake since surgery, and it was amazing. And then we ended up walking like 4.5 kilometers just by chance after that, so karma bit me in the butt for eating that cheesecake. Let me tell you, I worked it off. Tonight I'm going again to a pub-style restaurant, which can be really challenging, to be honest, because most pub restaurants or, American food restaurants or diners have mostly fried foods and things that aren't very bariatric friendly or even very healthy, to be honest. Now the place we're going tonight is the place we go to on Sunday nights for karaoke. I've been there a million times. I generally do not ever eat there, though, just because of circumstance. Karaoke doesn't start until late. But tonight we're going early, and we are eating there, and so what I normally have there is a salad, and I've talked to you guys about the fact that I can't actually eat a lot of salad, and I don't normally eat a lot of salad. 1, because it doesn't have a whole lot of nutritional value. 2, it fills me up, and so I can't get protein in. But what I normally do there is I get a side Greek salad, and I just ask them to add chicken. That's something that they'll do for other things on their menu, and that's something to look for at a restaurant. If you feel like there isn't a choice for you, basically anything that you see on the menu is on the menu. So if they have a dinner salad and you can add chicken, or they have entrees and you can add a shrimp skewer, then just ask your server. The worst that they can say is no. So I just ask for them to add chicken to my side salad. So I get a small salad. It's a Greek salad, so it does have olives and feta on it. So I've got a little bit of protein going on there and some good fats. And then I get my chicken on top of that. I still can't eat the whole thing, but I don't feel terrible about leaving what I can't eat because it's small to begin with. So that's another tip. I definitely think, you know, if you are at a restaurant and you feel like there aren't any good choices for you, definitely just ask the server if there's something that you can do. If you just want like a, you know, grilled chicken breast, just ask them. Even if it's not on the menu, it's a restaurant, they probably have chicken. And, you know, I've done that before in restaurants. I remember my friend Nikki, Fat and Fabulous, and I, being out with the bitches, went to a restaurant. They had chicken souvlaki, so chicken, I don't know, chunks on a skewer, and but it was a whole dinner, and neither one of us wanted the whole dinner, so we just asked if we could get the souvlaki on its own, and we just got 2 souvlaki skewers and we shared them. So there's definitely ways of doing it. For me, I normally check the appetizer menu first. The reason I do that is that I can't really get in a lot of stuff outside of just protein. I don't, again, you guys know I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I definitely don't eat potato, rice, pasta, any of that kind of carby side dish type stuff. So what do I do when I have to order a full dinner? Well, what I normally do is I don't. So I always try and check the appetizer menu first and see if there's something that'll be suitable, because I know the appetizer isn't going to come with sides. It's just going to be whatever the appetizer is, whether it's chicken wings, whether it's calamari. I try and stay away from fried foods normally. They don't really agree with me. In a pinch, sometimes I may have something fried, but very rarely. But often you can get stuff on the appetizer menu that will work for you. If you can't and you need to order a dinner, what I normally do is I will order either veggies and salad or something like that. Often I'll just ask if it's something that comes with potatoes and veggies. I'll just ask if I can get all veggies. Again, normally I don't eat all of them. I might just take a couple of bites and then I'll take the rest home. However, if it's an entree size portion of protein, I can't eat it all anyway. So I try and eat a good amount of protein, 2 to 3 ounces of protein, a little bit of veg, and then I'll take the rest of the protein and veg home with me. That only works though if you're in a situation where you are going to be going home. If I'm traveling, obviously I deliberately try to avoid things where I'm going to have to leave a lot of food because I feel bad about that. So I definitely try and do things like order from the appetizer menu, or a lot of restaurants now are more a la carte, where if you get a burger you have to order fries or a side separately, so I just don't bother ordering the side. So that's my kind of place at this point. If I'm in a pinch and I have to, then I will just order what I have to order, and I try and pawn, you know, the rest off on my husband or one of my friends or one of the kids or someone who's with me. So there is always that option too. I'm trying to think of what else. Sorry, I should have made notes, but it's a long weekend, y'all. What can I say? Types of restaurants was something that was talked about, I know, on Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works channel. So what do you eat at certain types of restaurants? Sorry, you guys know my butt. So what do I eat at certain kinds of restaurants? Italian. A lot of people say they avoid Italian restaurants. I don't avoid Italian restaurants. I just don't eat pasta. I always find at Italian restaurants, to be honest, an American Italian restaurant is a little different, but a true sort of Mediterranean Italian style restaurant, the way that they cook things is quite a bit healthier than a lot of places, because they usually use olive oil, they saute things, there's not a lot of deep fried things. So I usually get something like a chicken or a veal. Again, I stay away from fried food, so I'm not doing like a Parmesan or anything like that. I'll do something that is in like a wine sauce or something that's a little bit different. I might ask for it without sauce. You can even do something like a sausage. A lot of places you can like add sausage on the side. Usually there's some kind of seafood or shrimp. So I definitely don't avoid Italian restaurants. I just avoid eating bread and pasta. And for me, that's not that difficult. So yeah. I am Italian, so I'm half Italian and I'm half Dutch. Weird combo. So I'm very familiar with Italian food, so it's easy for me. Japanese is another one of my favorite foods. I love Japanese food. Often go to sushi restaurants. Still go with my husband for all you can eat sushi, which is hilarious because I can't eat that much. But I eat a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'll order sashimi. Sashimi is basically sushi without rice. So it's just the raw fish. And I know some people aren't into that. That's cool, but it is a great source of protein. So yeah, I'll normally do sashimi. I might do sushi rolled in something other than rice. So in some places you can get a Naruto roll, which is rolled in cucumber. That's delicious. Or sometimes rolled in soy paper or rice paper as well. So just without rice. Again, if you're at a restaurant and you don't see anything on the menu, all you need to do is ask, is it possible for me to get this kind of roll or that kind of roll rolled in something other than rice or just without rice? And some places will do it and some places won't, but you won't know unless you ask. So Japanese is another one that I really like. Chinese is actually the one that I really do try to stay away from because I find it's hard to find healthy choices at a Chinese restaurant, usually because everything is cooked with sauces and cornstarch and sugar and yeah. So I really do stay away from Chinese restaurants if at all possible. I have a very hard time finding something that works for me protein-wise there. You can always get like a chop suey or mixed vegetables or something, but that doesn't really help protein-wise. So my choice will never be a Chinese restaurant. Not that I don't love Chinese food, just doesn't work for me. Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Thai. I love Thai and Vietnamese food. Again, lots of great choices there because you've got things like grilled meats. Often I'll get the rice roll, I'll get the Vietnamese, the cold rolls wrapped in rice paper with a little bit of noodle in them. Those are really good. Sometimes I'll get the kind of roll your own Vietnamese kind of rolls, and I just don't eat the noodles or the rice wrappers. I just eat the meat. The place near us does a amazing lemongrass grilled chicken. I just order the chicken on its own. I don't order rice on the side. It's a huge portion, so it's like 6 meals for me, but my kids also really like it. So usually the kids and I will share one meal and we still take half of it home. So that's another one that I really like. Mediterranean and Middle Eastern food. Love Middle Eastern food. And again, a cuisine where there's a lot of grilled meat. Any place with grilled meat's good for me. So I will get shashlik, or often we'll get hummus, which is a great starter. You've got protein in there from the chickpeas. I love lamb, so I'll get like grilled lamb or grilled chicken. Great choices. Greek is another similar cuisine. Again, really good. Grilled meat, grilled calamari, Greek salad. I'm trying to think if I've missed any really obvious ones. Oh, Mexican. Woo! I love Mexican food. I don't know how I forgot that one. Love Mexican and Tex-Mex food. Again, same thing. Lots of good choices. You may have to, get something and not eat part of it. So yes, sometimes my husband and I will share fajitas. He will eat all the fixins and everything else. I will just eat the meat. We often get a mixed fajita, so I'll eat, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of steak, a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of guacamole, a little bit of cheese. I'm happy, he's happy, everyone's happy. You can get a burrito and just eat the inner part of it. There's so many things that you can do. So, and if we're choosing a restaurant to go to, especially if we're traveling, seafood restaurants are always great. Seafood, fish, shellfish, like crab, lobster, shrimp, all that stuff is very high in protein and very low in calories. So it's always going to be a good choice. Even if you have to eat something that is fried or cooked in butter or cooked in a way that you wouldn't normally eat it, you're at least going to have a low calorie protein source at the base of that. So that for me is always a great choice. And that's something I look for on the menu. So if I go to a place and I know nothing about it, I look at the appetizers first. And the first thing I look for is either seafood, so shrimp, crab, lobster. Look for chicken. I do eat a little bit of beef, so I'll look for beef sometimes. Even things like chicken wings and that sort of thing, depending on how they're cooked. Those are going to be my main staples that I'm going to look for at any restaurant that I haven't been to before. Oh, I realized I missed one. Indian food. I love every kind of food. Clearly a fat girl, right? Indian food is another one. Again, they're Indian food that have a lot of sauces and that sort of thing that go with them, but for the most part are fairly healthy. So I eat Indian fairly frequently, and, there's definitely better choices that you can find at those types of restaurants. Sometimes you just need to ask if you don't know what something is, or see if they can cook it in a different way for you. So that is what I wanted to say about that. I didn't get to talk about actually going to other people's houses. I think I may make a separate video on that maybe tomorrow, just talking about dealing with other people feeding you when you're a bariatric patient, because I want to be able to explore that. So yeah, I'm on my way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great long weekend, and don't forget to appreciate every step in your journey. Bye!